Hello everyone, welcome back to TTM Motorsport, back here with another top 10 moments video, this time bringing you the whole top 10 moments unlike last week. We're headed off to the Hungary ring, but before we get right into it, we just want to promote a little bit about this esports event that TTM are participating in. So as you can see on screen, lots of different leagues are popping up, and all of these leagues, including us, have entered into an esports event organised by BFR, where we've been put into four different groups, each with 3 different leagues in them. Each league picks their own home race, and then 6 drivers from each league will race at everyone's home race, so you race everyone twice, once at your home track, once at their home track, and then the lowest scoring league from each group will get knocked out, and then we'll go into a elimination style final stage. We had our first event the other day, which we managed to win quite convincingly. I think we got 1 through 7, with someone from the other team picking up second place, but we managed to maximise most of the points that we scored from our first week, so a great way to start off. But anyway, onto the video. Starting off with M Still versus Brad from our tier 2 race, on board with M Still now, as we've got the DRS open, ERS enabled, behind Bradley Johnson, fighting over 15th, looking down towards turn 1, the main overtaking spot around the Hungary ring. M Still takes a slightly wider line, which gets some better traction coming off of turn 1 and down towards the hill, down the hill even, towards turn 2 they go, into this lovely little turn 2. Really nice to get around the outside, and M Still makes up a place there on Bradley. Perfect example of the typical move that you can make around here in Hungary. Onto number 9, we have SDC versus It's Lewis and Alfie Fletcher, making a nice little double overtake here as we go down towards turn 1 again. Looking around the outside here of It's Lewis, and DC is able to get enough grip around the outside to make it past one driver, and then on the traction down towards turn 2 he's got Alfie on his right. No DRS enabled at this point, but DC is able to dive it down the inside, a little bit of contact there, but he's able to make the move past, as we see the 2 drivers behind in his rear view mirror battling out over that position. Now to number 8, we have Lundy versus Stunt from our tier 1 race. Tier 1 was a very wet race, but at the end of the race it did dry up, as you can see. Lundy and Stunt both on the soft tyres. Lundy gets an excellent switchback move as they charge down the hill. No DRS enabled at this point either, and down into the brakes. Lundy, there's a little bit of contact between Stunt, but Lundy is able to stick it with him around the outside and just gets better traction coming off of the corner and makes that move up into 11th place, just outside the points there. But Stunt tries to battle him back up into the quick left-hander, but it's unable to have enough overspeed to get past the Red Bull driver. Now onto our number 7th place that we have, number 7th place season. We have Rebel going down the inside of 2 drivers, as we see Bradley, Striker's son and Bradley Johnson ahead, battling over 14th place. Rebel is able to get a better exit out of turn 2, doesn't quite get in a lot of speed, but as the 2 drivers ahead battle, Rebel's just going to bide his time. They both go out slightly wide, and Rebel has that grip on the inside to just nip in between or underneath both of those drivers, and he makes up 2 places in one corner. Exceptional driving there from the tier 2 driver. Onto 6th place for this week, we have It's Lewis and his great reactions. So on board with Lewis now, coming through this tricky chicane. DC's going slow there, and he manages to just avoid DC and M Still. It goes around the outside of both of them. Could have been very easy to crash into one of them, so excellent reaction times from the tier 2 driver there. Now on to number 5, we have Joey and his great start. This is the only submission from tier 3 this week, but it is a good one as we're on board with Joey. He's starting 15th on those soft tyres, hoping to get better traction off of the start, which he does seem to get, as everyone around him is on those medium tyres. But already going down into turn 1, he's made up 3 places, make that 4 places, make that 5 places even, as he dives down the inside. A little bit of contact there from his inside, but Hungary's a very tight track, so contact is always going to be made, especially wheel to wheel. But now he dives down the inside of Wongdon. Can he get LMB as well? I think he's just going to have to back out, but excellent start there from Joey, making up to 7th all the way. Now coming in at 4th place, we have Jager versus Pars from our Tier 1 race. Torrential conditions, as you can see, on board with the Jager as we get better traction out of turn 1 down towards turn 2. Pars defends the inside, Jagerbomb's just able to brake later and go around the outside of this tricky right-hander, left-hander even, especially in these difficult conditions, and he goes up the inside. Pars sticking with him though. Quite impressive driving here from the two drivers, giving each other enough room, a lot of respect, and through this quick left-hander, Pars just backs out. Wise move there, because can't really go through that left-hander side by side with another driver. Onto our podium places, we have SDC versus It's Lewis. Coming on board now with DC, down towards turn 1 we go, in that slipstream. Surprisingly doesn't have DRS, but down into turn 1, Lewis goes quite deep, which allows DC to get a better line through turn 1, and down towards turn 2 they go, as DC moves to the left hand side, goes inside, but Lewis is going to do a switchback of his own on DC and make it back up into 6th place. Lovely driving there from the two Tier 2 drivers. Now we're going to go around to our runner-up place this week, which is myself versus Alistar. In the torrential conditions in our Tier 1 race, Ali goes a little bit wide into the left-hander, which allows us to take that inside line, which switches to the outside line. We have superior grip at this point in the race and are able to go around the outside of the Racing Point driver. Another shout out to Ali, because he ended up winning our Tier 1 race. Excellent drive from him, and yeah, he managed to keep his head down and go on to win the race. Onto our winner though this week, it's myself versus Lundy. Again, might seem a bit biased, but any of the clips from this week could have made the top spot. The only reason I've included mine as top, or mine and Brindy's as top, is for the battle just keeps going on and on and on. So it went on for many laps. This is just a portion of it. We have me going around the outside of turn 1, trying to get better traction, but it looks like Brindy is slightly ahead of us, only by like half car's length. Then coming into turn 2, he's able to brake later, go around the outside, but Captain Curry sort of blocks him off. My teammate doing bits there for me, and at the moment it looks like I have got the position. But Brindy gets a better exit out of that corner, and up the hill we charge with my little screen on the left-hand side. We go side by side through this very difficult left-hander. We both end up going off track. Me on the inside, Brindy on the outside, just to give each other enough space, because otherwise we could have easily had a collision and spun there. But great racing from the two of us. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to keep up to date with everything, and stay tuned to keep up to date with our esports event and our progress through that tournament. I hope you're all staying safe, and we'll see you next time.